Born ready.
Saturday, 5:30 at Villa Park. Enzo Maresca's Chelsea take to the pitch in an attempt to silence the negativity around the club at this moment in time. It's been a hard time for me, for you, for the big dog, Josh Aveste, supporting this club since probably middle of December kind of time?
I've been counting it. I think it's the last 3.5 years.
But there was a little bright patch in there for a couple of months. That was good.
Yeah, we've had a few bright moments. Mikhailo Mudryk getting signed.
Mikhailo Mudryk getting banned.
We've had a few fun little times in that, yeah.
Listen,
Cole Palmer.
There you go, Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Aston Villa. We're going to preview the game. We are going to give our starting 11 pick, and you want to stick round for that one. Remember, people, this is a starting 11 that we're going to be picking without a recognised centre forward. And I'm going to give you a spoiler right now. Nkunku's not the number 9 in this one for me. We are going rogue, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into all of that, Josh Aveste, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing very well. I've had a lovely little trip to Barcelona. I bought my full...
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Go on, tell me what it's really called then.
Barcelona.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
No, you didn't actually say that correct, actually.
Sorry, how is it?
You have to say 3 times. Lona. That's how it's officially pronounced.
Lona.
Yeah, officially pronounced.
But then you don't. This is what I'm saying. Out of respect, you should always either speak in their language,
which is
La cuenta, por favor.
What language do they speak in Barcelona?
Español.
No, they don't actually. No.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
Yes, they do.
The Barcelonians would be very annoyed.
Catalonia.
Catalonians. Well done.
But it's the exact same. La cuenta, por favor.
Yeah, well done.
Vuelvo la jaqueta.
Yeah, good one. That doesn't mean anything, but fair enough.
Vuelvo la jaqueta.
Go on, you don't know what that means.
Vuelvo la jaqueta.
Why did you mumble it then? You got to say it with passion, with gusto, with mallow.
Can I take off my jackets, please?
Okay. Any others?
Can
you say I'd like a brass for? Yeah.
Gatita.
I thought you need all of these. You learned a lot of Spanish for that call out, didn't you? We're talking about the Argentinian king, of course.
Yeah.
He does speak Spanish because he's born and raised in Argentina.
Yeah.
He knows his stuff.
Yep.
And you know your Spanish as well.
I know my Spanish porn stars.
Go on.
Canela Skin.
Is she Spanish?
She looks it. Although I only really get a view of the rear view.
Yeah. Anytime you hear "Oi, papi," you know that gets you going, doesn't it? Be honest.
Colombians, Spaniards, all that stuff. Yeah.
What player in the Chelsea squad? What player in the Chelsea squad, Spanish speaking, is your favourite?
Spanish speaking player in the Chelsea squad.
Yeah. It's quite an easy answer.
Cucurella?
I'd say Caicedo personally.
Caicedo Spanish speaking.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
What Ecuadorians?
Ecuador. Yeah.
Do they speak Spanish?
They do indeed. In South America, there's only one Portuguese speaking, which is...
I don't... Brazilian.
Yeah. So other than that, they all speak Spanish.
There you go. Well, Aston Villa have a couple of Spaniards.
They do have a couple of Spaniards.
Including one in charge. Is he Spanish?
Yeah. Unai Emery. Yeah. He's Basque.
Good evening.
Hopefully
it's not a good evening for Unai Emery. Let's start
The only time he can say that is entering into the press conference.
Yeah,
Beyond that, then no.
There you go. Although I'd just say it every opportunity if I was him. Do you know what I mean? If I'm sticking with favourite, he's got to stick with good evening.
He's, I think, learned beyond that now, and I think he can actually say it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I can say, and I'm going to break for you.
You can't do it.
I can say favourite.
You didn't it? You had to really try.
But why would I do that? It's not my favourite way of saying it. Do you know what I mean?
I think we should get them on the back of a few T-shirts, personally.
Yeah.
How would you spell it?
F-R-A-V.
V-I-T-E.
I can't say the rest. It'd be F-R-A-V. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll have a good result against Villa, because by God, we do need it.
We
really do need it.
Now, let's start off by talking about bouncing back. We already know that the away fans are going to be singing for Roman Abramovich, as they have done for many games now.
Rightly so.
We already know that the following home game we'll see a protest. Now we are going to be releasing a separate video tomorrow on the protest, right? We're going to give our views on it. We're going to speak about whether or not we'll be attending it. We're going to speak about whether or not we think it's good, bad, and we might even touch on some other clubs that have protested and how it has played out for them. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that one. That one's going to be dropping off the channel tomorrow. But until there's anything really negative to speak about, we're going to be nice and positive in today's video, because I can't be fucked. Well, I don't watch my videos anyway, but I can't be fucked to sit and watch another negative Chelsea video. And by the way, I'm not slagging anyone off, because there's cause for criticism.
I think we might be a bit negative, but in a fun way. How about that? Like, we have fun. Being positive doesn't mean... Go on in. Being negative...
Show me how. Give me a fun insult.
Todd Boehly doesn't know what formation Chelsea play.
No, I kind of meant about me.
Oh. What a fun insult about you.
Yeah.
Your hands are really large. Maybe too large.
You know what they say.
Your tan is a little bit...
My hands ain't large. I'll tell you what, they fucking hit like that.
I think... do you know what I really want to see you do? And all of this was in jest, by the way. I love your tan. Yeah. I want to see how many hands it takes. I can't even think of what I was going to say now. Have you seen those grip tests that the boxers do? I've seen them. They've been doing them. Really want to see you do one of those grip tests.
Yeah.
Because I saw Daniel Dubois do it, and I'm thinking, is he on the juice now? Because he pulled a very good... grip test there. Very good. We know he's a strong man.
Well, if I knew I had one upcoming, then I would definitely probably just get on the juice for it. He's a big fan of mine, Daniel.
Yeah, he is. So, interesting story. We were in Saudi, and a certain, heavyweight. Can we call him heavyweight champion?
He is the heavyweight champion.
There you go. A certain heavyweight champion. He's not unified though, is he?
No.
So we can say heavyweight champion to a degree. Calls out and says, "Brian, your stream was really, really good, but where's Joey?" Called you out heavyweight champion of the world.
Brian come back to the hotel and he went, "Do you know Daniel Dubois?" And I went, yeah. And he went, "No, like, do you know him?" And I went, "No." And he went, "Weird." And I went, "Why?" And he went, "First thing he said to me is, 'Where's Joey?'" And I was like, "Fuck off."
What a funny old world that we live in right now, where a little man from Epsom
I know.
Can...
Little? God, I've never been so offended.
When a humble man from Epsom can be recognised by the champion of the world.
Listen, we're all the same size lying down. That's what I tell the women. Right.
We're talking about insults.
Yeah.
Weren't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. In thought of saying in the end. Right. 3-0 win against Villa earlier on in the season. I was in attendance for that one. It was a fucking good game, to be honest. Good day. Many a singer's drunk. How much of a must-win is this game?
Yeah.
And could another underperformance, or, to be honest, I said I wouldn't be negative, but if we're going on the Brighton match, a shambolic performance, turn things very toxic? Because one thing I'll say about away games is... it is the hardcore. Not our hardcore.
I was going to say, like, hardcores and hardcores. I think our hardcore are the hardest of cores.
Oh,
and then you've got away-going Chelsea fans.
Yeah. But the away-going Chelsea fans are the hardcore. Do you know what I mean?
Are.
So if like, you're never really going to get things turned toxic from the West Stand or the East Stand or whatever. I'm not saying there's no one in there that's, like, really passionate about the club. That's not what I'm saying. But... it's like, if there was going to be a home game where things turn toxic, you're going to get it from the Matthew Harding or the Shed or whatever. But the away fans, they will always let it be known what is on their mind, sort of thing. So if we were to rock up to Aston Villa and completely underperform, get played off the park, something like that, do you think things could turn a little bit toxic on, the back of what has been I'd say a very negative week in terms of just general media, regardless of the results?
I think it could turn toxic because the way that I look at Villa now, I see them and operating in a way that we probably would have done back in the day. Like, if you look at it, they sold their academy players. they invest in January, which no other club really did.
Spurs.
And they brought in, Spurs brought some players in.
They brought some players in. They didn't
Yeah, but
invest,
fucking hell, Aston Villa signed some like Champions League quality players, didn't they? Marcus Asensio, really good player. Donnell Marlin, who was playing in a Champions League final recently, and then Marcus Rashford. But you know, like they've brought in some established quality to come in and replace the talent that they'd offloaded in a way in which I think Chelsea would have done. So I think if we now lose to them, and bear in mind they are below us, considerably below us, I would say, in terms of, you know, the top 4 race. If we lose to them after the back of the 2 Brighton performances, we are going to be in not just the managers, not just the board, the club will be in big trouble. Like the team will be in big trouble.
Do you think, because obviously at the time of recording, what's the time right now? 2:30?
2:30.
2:30 today, that's going out. Obviously Villa play Liverpool tonight. You would imagine that Liverpool are going to win that game? I know you can't take anything for granted.
You're preempting it now, aren't you? Because you know what's going to happen if you say that Liverpool are going to win the game.
What,
Villa win 8-0.
Yeah. No, what was it they done Liverpool that time? 7-2, I think.
Was that a Villa game, was it?
Villa done Liverpool once.
God.
Yeah, they done them. Tell us in the comments. They done them like 7-2.
Did Gabriel Bongalor get him the score sheet?
No, well after that. Like Barkley scored for Villa. I'm pretty
Barkley?
sure. I'm sure Barkley scored in that match for Villa.
Do you miss Ross Barkley in a weird way?
Not really.
I quite liked him.
No, not really.
I quite liked him.
He's all right.
So yeah, I think we are going to be in immense trouble.
Well, let's talk about Villa, because at this point last season, they were 4th on 49 points. They're currently 9th on 38 points. Now, here's a mad stat, right? This point last season, what do you think their goal difference was?
19.
Do you know that?
No.
Fuck off.
Is it actually 19?
Are you joking?
I didn't know that. Why would I have looked that up?
No, but you almost glanced at your laptop.
Do you know why? I looked at the laptop? Do you know why I looked at the laptop? I was looking at the Premier League table
to see what we're on.
No. I wasn't looking at us. I was looking at 4th place. Man City are on 17. I thought that Villa are a bit better than them, so I said 19.
Okay, well they was on plus 19. So that is fucking unbelievable.
Well, there you go.
From you, yeah.
Pull that knowledge out.
This season they're on -3. At this moment in time.
That's not good, is it?
So the goals have dried up big time. But we've still scored 13 more goals than them at the time of recording. And things haven't been, great for us over the last few matches.
That's crazy, isn't it?
When you speak about Villa being, or where they are in comparison to last season, now I thought that getting Thursday night football would hinder Villa a little bit last season. Actually, it didn't do fuck all. They did so well. They have brought in the likes of obviously Rashford on loan, Marlon, Maatsen, and Asasi from us. I'd say one of the main ones for me, Onana. In the summer, they brought him in, didn't they?
Yeah, what a player
I think he's a great player. I think he's a really good player. But then they have let go of the likes of John Duran, Moussa Diaby, Douglas Luiz, Diego Carlos. Do you think they're stronger or weaker than last season?
I think on paper they're probably stronger, but because of the competition that they're in and the level that they have to go to twice a week, every week, I think it's just a classic thing of going too far too early in terms of your progression as a team. We saw it with Newcastle. I think it's a very similar state of affairs, actually, Villa and Newcastle. In terms of the way they go.
I'll tell you what, though, when you look at those signings they've let go of, right?
Yeah.
Like, look at who they brought in, right? Onana, could he go on to be considered world class, as in one of the top 15 in his position in the world? There's a chance. Yeah. Rashford, no. Marlon, no. Maatsen, there's a chance. Disasi, yeah, obviously probably already rated number 2 or 3
he's
best
unbelievable.
centre-backs
In fact, they should sign him permanently to make sure they seal the deal.
Yeah, stick an extra 10, 20 million on top.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
But John Duran, Moussa Diaby, they're 2 players. People will argue Diaby a little bit, but I've always liked Diaby.
He wasn't great for them. He wasn't really. I mean, they were trying to offload him for quite a while. The Douglas Luiz one, I think, is a big, strange one. Obviously, they had to do that for FFP. But, I mean, they would have liked to have kept him, wouldn't they? He was a good player.
He was a good player. Nearly came to us. Well, apparently. Matt Law said it, so it must be true.
Yeah, what's happened to him in the end? Did he get a move, or is he still at Juve?
Oh, Matt Law? No, he's still in the pockets of the ownership.
Yeah, exactly. Did he get the move, Douglas Luiz?
Nah,
I think he's still at Juve, which is a
Juve.
weird one, because they wanted to flog him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the John Duran one is really interesting, because I think we might look back on that one and go, he might play in Saudi Arabia now for the rest of his career, and we might never see. It might be an Oscar. Do you know when Oscar left? He kind of disappeared from the consciousness of most other football fans. Do you see what I mean? When he went and played in China. And I feel that John Duran, while the support in Saudi will be amazing, I think for most European football watchers, I think that he will evaporate into memory.
I mean, me and you will probably end up bumping into him.
Yeah.
And that's legit. Like,
yeah, so true.
We was chatting with Mitrovic the other night.
Yeah.
I was. Do you know Mitrovic, what he said to me?
He said, big fan of the channel. I know deep down that you are a Fulham fan.
Yeah. No, he didn't say that. I said to him, who do you reckon is going to win the league then? And he went, I think Chelsea. And he didn't know who I was. He knew who Brian was, because obviously Mitrovic played for Newcastle.
Yeah, just shows you how much he knows.
Knew who Brian was, but he wouldn't have had a clue who I was. And I obviously got up and showed him like my subscriber.
Yeah.
But I was talking because I spotted him in it. Yeah, I was like, wait, Brian, Mitrovic, and he went.
Does Brian look back on him fondly? Does he have good memories of Mitrovic?
I think he fondled with him.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Don't blame me, he's a good-looking man.
yeah. No, but I was like, yeah, Mitrovic. So then me and Brian had gone over and started speaking to him, and I was like, I said, who do you think is going to win the league then? And he's got no idea I'm a Chelsea fan. He went, I like Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
This just shows you why ex-pros probably shouldn't be pundits.
Yeah. Tell you what, though.
Because that was a bad shout.
And he's still playing.
Yeah, I know.
I'd have him at number 9 right now.
I would have him at number 9.
I'd have had him.
One of my favourite, I know you don't play this, but one of my favourite fantasy football picks of all time, Mitrovic was. Mitrovic was cheap as fuck, and he used to get points every single week. He was a legend in the fantasy football game. We'll have to get you playing next year, because it's a fun way to enjoy the Premier League when it's not all about Chelsea.
Mate, I've got so little spare time on my hands that it's hard.
We'll do a video about it.
So you know when we went out to Saudi, and obviously we came back, and all the boys they all had PlayStations already, didn't they? And they were all playing the Undisputed game, because we've been playing it out in Saudi.
Yeah.
And I got FOMO big time, didn't I?
You did.
Really
and you bought it.
Fear of missing out. I went and bought it. And you know how you told me you deleted TikTok? Because why did you delete TikTok?
I had to delete TikTok because it was just a time sponge.
Yeah. It was making you less productive, less creative, whatever.
And also just your time just evaporates.
Yeah. I got like that on Undisputed.
Did you?
Right? So I started playing it, shit it. I'd like be boxing well, and then like some 14-year-old's knocking me out.
You shouldn't play online.
But
all of these games online
I've got
are
the
crap.
headset on, and I'm just saying, like, I'm not being immature or anything, but I'm saying, like, you know, you think you're that fucking hard, send me your fucking postcode, I'll come there now.
Yeah, that's not immature. That's not immature at all. Yeah,
you fucking want it
yeah,
like that.
Yeah. And he's coming back going, please don't.
Yeah. No, I never had a headset. I'm joking. I'm joking. No,
he bought one especially.
No, I played it a few times.
Yeah.
I give it to my pal Jamie after about a month. It sat there collecting dust. I was shit at it, so I thought I'm not going to play something if I'm shit at it. And I'll be the same Football Manager. So
no, fancy football.
Yeah, I'd be shit at that probably.
Yeah.
I'm only good at punching people. And
but you know your football. You know your football. You've liked some random players that you could have put in your team and made loads of money off.
Yeah.
Like, would you have said Chris Wood would have been really good this season?
I think he's sturdy.
I bet he does.
Good frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any others?
Not for the minute, but you know, constructive.
Yeah. Chop. Any chopping analogies? No.
Notable fixtures this weekend. You've obviously got us playing Villa. Now, obviously, Villa play tonight against Liverpool. So, at the time of recording, you know.
By the way, that's good for us.
Yeah.
That's really good for us.
Yeah.
They've got probably the hardest game of the season tonight. And
I don't hope they pick up 5 or 6 injuries.
No, I don't either.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't either.
I don't.
I'm sure Disasi will be great at the back for them tonight.
Yeah, but he'll have to come out against us anyway because he can't play.
What a shame.
No. There you go. Rory did fucking play, to be honest.
Probably has a barnstormer if he plays against us.
If they don't win, and we win against Aston Villa, we'd actually move 8 points clear of them, which is a very, very healthy gap. If we lose, they would be within just 2 points of catching us. And then when we're looking at the teams in and around us and whatnot, although I'd fancy Bournemouth, who are currently ahead of us just on goal difference, to get a win against Wolves.
They will.
They probably will, but,
They probably will.
They probably will.
Yeah. I like your rationale here, but they probably will.
Man City have to play Liverpool, right?
Who do you want to win that?
Who do I want to win? Liverpool, obviously.
Mate, we're still in the title race. That's aged like milk, hasn't
it? If Chelsea win, anything barring a Man City win would see us move back ahead of them, wouldn't it? Even if they draw against Liverpool. They've got to win for us to not move back ahead of them if we win. Yeah. And to make things even more tasty, Newcastle play Forest this weekend. So basically, I'm going to give you the dream scenario right now.
Yeah, what is it?
We know actually that's
is that vodka?
Would you say that's got a little bit drunk out of it, or would you call that three quarters full?
I would say that was 3/4 full.
I'd say that's 3/4 full. Yeah. So basically,
much like your mentality.
Going by that, we are saying dream scenario this weekend: Newcastle beat Forest, Wolves beat Bournemouth, Liverpool pump Man City, and most importantly, obviously, Chelsea beat Villa. We could move back up to 4th in the table.
Where we belong.
Where we belong. No. Where we belong this season. And just 1 point behind Nottingham Forest. And I believe we've still got to go there and play them, to be fair.
I would quite like a draw in that game, can I just say?
What?
Because Newcastle are competing against us.
Yeah,
so I would say a draw would be the most preferable route on that one.
And then a win in this match for us could be a really, really good springboard going in to the next 2 games. We've got 2 home games in a row. Now, I know there'll be a little bit of would it be controversy, negativity? I'm not too sure, because there could be some protests. How large those protests will be, we don't know yet. We're going to speak about that in the next video dropping tomorrow. But we have got 2 back-to-back home games at the Bridge, the first of which being against Southampton, the second of which being against Leicester, right? So a win against Aston Villa could put us on a very, very favourable run until we get some sort of tricky fixtures in there. Now imagine that. Imagine after everything we've been through, coming through the next... Well, there's an international break in the middle of it, which is fucking annoying.
Did we not come off a bad result last season when we played Villa for the last time last season? Were we not coming off a bad run, then we did them in the Cup and things were looking rosy?
I'm not sure. I'm not
Enzo
sure.
Fernandez got the free kick.
Oh, yeah, we did. That was our best performance of the season, to be fair. And that was the Sassy and Badia Shield, who started at the back. 3-1 it was. 3-1. The Sassy and Badia Shield that started at the back in that game. And I thought, even though we conceded a goal, we looked really, really good at Villa Park last season.
Badia Shield's not far away from coming back, apparently.
No, there you go, which is good for us. I think he should come back, so then we can move to 3 at the back, wing backs. Like, look at that.
I like the idea of that, especially if Big Wes is in the team as well.
But just quickly, I know what you are thinking. I look amazing. I feel amazing. I smell amazing. And the reason why is because of Manscaped. More specifically, the Beard and Balls Bundle, which is your all-in-one grooming solution to keep you polished from head to toe. So join over 12 million men who trust Manscaped worldwide and use my promo code JoeyKnight for 20% off and free shipping. So let's talk about the beard. You like it, I like it, and the women definitely like it. And I use the Beard Hedger to keep it looking so fresh and elegant up top. With 20 adjustable settings on the Beard Hedger, it will help you achieve your desired beard length effortlessly. From subtle stubble to a well-defined beard. And then we have the Lawnmower 5.0, which is perfect for using down below, ensuring a smooth and comfortable experience even in those sensitive areas. And speaking of those technologies, they have something called the Skin Safe technology, which saves you from any unwanted cuts or nicks in those sensitive areas. And with up to 60 minutes of runtime on the Beard Hedger and 75 minutes of runtime on the Lawnmower 5.0, you will never be rushed to achieve your perfect look. But even if you are in a rush, you can take these bad boys into the shower because they are waterproof. And even in those dark regions of your body, you will be fine because you can use the precision lighting which comes with the Lawnmower 5.0. They're travel friendly, they are your grooming tools, always staying safe in transit, and they are the perfect companions for all of your journeys. And the best part of all of this is it is completely risk-free because Manscaped are giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee if you do not like the product. So don't cut corners on your grooming routine and upgrade to the Beard and Balls bundle from Manscaped today. Remember, visit the link in the description and use my code JOEYKNIGHT to get 20% off and free shipping. Thank you very much once again to Manscaped for sponsoring another video. Let's get back into it.
And obviously, if Villa don't win tonight, it will be, what, 5 without a win.
Wow.
5 without a win.
Not good results for Villa.
And they haven't beaten us in 4 attempts with 2 wins and 2 draws. Do you remember when we did the kickoff and they beat us? That was a bit of a shitter, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've
remember Raheem Sterling went through on goal and didn't square the ball.
Was that to Jackson who was in the middle?
I don't know who
Palmer?
it was.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly am going to celebrate the sale of Raheem Sterling more than most goals at Stamford Bridge. If there's a sale. I might even do a knee slide.
He's going to have to play now, isn't he, with Arsenal's injury crisis?
He has been playing, hasn't he? He played the last game, didn't he?
No, I know, but like, properly
he's gonna have
play. Not just perform, I mean properly play, because you say play the last game, he played, but until then, he hadn't been like starting matches.
They've been playing Nueri instead of him. I mean, arguably, he's going to be playing as number 9. He's probably their most credentialised number 9.
Done it for City.
Did he?
Well, it kind of...
I saw some stat, by the way, recently about goal scorers under Pep Guardiola, and I think that Sterling was like 4th.
Yeah.
Which is, when you think of the calibre of talent that he's had.
Under Pep at City or under Pep?
Just under Pep.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
What, so Messi's first?
Messi's first, yeah, I wouldn't remember all of them. But like, I think Sterling was really high up there. In fact, maybe more than players like Thomas Muller, Gabriel Jesus. Like, he was more than all of those.
Wouldn't Lewandowski be right up there because he was at Bayern when...
Yeah, but he wasn't at Bayern for long, Pep, and he was at City for a lot longer.
Yeah.
So I reckon Sterling might have been above Lewandowski.
Above there. Right, shall we get in to the team sheet of this game? Now, I told you guys there's going to be a few sort of rogue shouts in here, but we're at a time where we need to either change something, well, at the end of the day, I suppose what I'm trying to say is we need to fucking roll the dice now, don't we? I really do think we need to roll the dice because doing the same thing has not really been working for us. Yes, we've pulled off the odd win here and there, but consistently, we haven't been showing any consistency. So now we need to try something a little bit new, and albeit this isn't that much new. I'm going to read out the team sheet and then we'll discuss it. So, as you can see on screen now, we have got Jorgensen starting off in goal once again. Reece James right back. A centre-back pairing of Trevor Chalobah and Levi Colwill, with Cucurella starting off at left back. He'll probably invert in the game. Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. We are keeping Cole Palmer in the number 10 in this match. Jadon Sancho is swapping over to the right wing, a position that he did sometimes play for Man United, did sometimes play for Borussia Dortmund, but it's more so to get Tyrick George on the left wing. If there was any semblance of a shining light that came out of that Brighton performance, it was the brief cameo of Tyrick George, a player that me and Josh watched and praised quite a lot during pre-season. And then we discussed this, we spoke about it. You lot are going to think, what on earth are they smoking? We are sticking Pedro Neto in the number 9. Now, Josh Aveste, where are we starting, mate? Where are we starting?
I mean, to be fair...
I think sorry to interrupt you, mate. I think the defence in the midfield kind of takes care of itself, doesn't it?
I don't think you can rotate that,
no.
To be fair.
No.
I mean, maybe Tosin. Maybe there's an argument for Tosin.
Over
Trev. I think there's an argument.
A lot of people would say over Levi Colwill.
Yeah. Don't think he's been performing well recently. Don't think so at all. I think he's the best defender, though, isn't he? He's the best centre-back.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He will become the best centre back for sure.
There you go.
Stick with your guns.
Yeah.
Beyond that, no, I wouldn't have changed any of those ones. Goalkeeper, can we briefly say goalkeeper? Is there any chance that Sanchez plays in this one?
I don't think there should be, right? And I'm going to let my feelings be known right now. I've kind of suspected it all season. I've still been calling for them to give Jorgensen a run of games. I have enough information on Robert Sanchez. I've got enough. Downloaded enough. Got enough information on him.
Well, you need to free up the hard drive.
I need to free up the hard drive.
It's very full at the moment.
And
there's a lot of video
mostly.
on there, yeah.
I need to free up the hard drive and download a lot of information on Philip Jorgensen before I come to my conclusion. Do you want my early suspicion?
I know what your early suspicion is, but tell the audience.
My early suspicion is Jorgensen's not much better than Robert Sanchez, if I'm being completely honest. My early suspicion is that Jorgensen maybe makes less, and the thing is, at the minute, the data and whatnot would, and the eye test even, would probably tell you that, hold on, no, he definitely makes less mistakes that lead to direct goal scoring opportunities. However, he's played against lesser level opposition, and he made one or two against Brighton, I felt, that, you know, were on him. In terms of his shot stopping, I've seen him pull off some good saves. 5-1 against Southampton, I saw him pull off some great saves in that match, actually. And then against, again, lesser level opposition, I've seen him pull off some good saves. I've also seen Sanchez pull off some wonder saves. I've seen him pull off some great saves. I think the problem with Sanchez is we thought, you know, much like Edison fed, what's the new boy's name? Is it Mamouche?
Yeah, Mamouche. Yeah.
Mamouche. Much like Edison fed Mamouche for that goal the other day for Manchester City that opened the scoring against Newcastle, I think it was, wasn't it? Right? We thought that Robert Sanchez was going to come in and do stuff like that for Chelsea Football Club. Ultimately, no fucking way. He's done one thing similar this season, and it was actually against Wolves away at Molineux. Do you remember when he fed, was it Cole Palmer up on the left?
He didn't get the direct assist, did he? He got an assist.
Yeah, got an assist. But it was very creative from him, very good. We thought that he would be doing that week in, week out. Actually, what he's doing is making blunders week in, week out. Now, hopefully, Jorgensen doesn't make them to the same amount, but it might kind of end up evening itself out, you know. But regardless of that, whether I felt he was poor against Brighton, which I'm going to put it on the table, I think Jorgensen was poor against Brighton. I think that for one of the Minter cutbacks, right, the first one, I think he was way too lackadaisical to get up off the ground. I think he could have been way quicker to get up off the ground. I think the Matoma shot is a 50-50. I think that 50% of the keepers in the league would have saved that shot because it is from distance, let's be honest, from outside the box and whatnot. I think 50% of the keepers in the league would have saved that shot. I think 50% of them would have let it in, which doesn't put you to fault too much. He did give away the ball a couple of times, but regardless of that, he could have had a stinker in that match, which is not what he had, and I still would have been starting him because he needs to run a game. You can't bring someone in and then judge him off of that, can you?
Can I ask you then this hypothetical situation? Would you rather have the Chelsea goalkeepers now as Kepa and Petrovic or Sanchez and Jorgensen?
You've just asked that like it's a hard question to answer.
How crazy is that?
Mate.
It's so easy.
Mate. I would rather have Petrovic, and
Mark Bosnich.
No, because he'd just be on the powder the whole time. I would rather have Petrovic and give JT a contract, but as a goalkeeper, being that he's proven it.
I mean, arguably, he'd be the starting goalkeeper.
Do you think John Terry's a better goalkeeper than Robert Sanchez?
Better with his feet.
Well, he's got 100% clean sheet ratio, John Terry, hasn't he?
What's Sanchez's clean sheet ratio?
I don't know. But
Nowhere near that.
It's not 100%, is it? Don't ask how many
What
games.
a
Who else has 100%? Glenn Johnson, he's got 100% clean sheet ratio
Have we had any others that have gone in goal for us?
Nah, JT and Glenn Johnson in my lifetime.
Yeah.
That I can remember. You lot might be able to.
Who's your favourite outfield player to play in goal? Outside of those boys. Do you remember when Carl Walker
ever done it? I'll give you a better one. He's not an outfield player to play in goal. But do you remember, like, for no reason, by the way. Like, I get it when an outfield player
I know
goes in
what
goal.
you're
You know
about
what
to
I'm going to
say.
say, right?
Yeah.
I get it when an outfield player goes in goal. Like, I do get that, right?
Goalkeeper
But
playing up
Do you
front.
remember when Man City, who was it? Stuart Pearce?
Yeah.
Just stuck David James up front.
By the way, could we do worse than playing Sanchez up top?
Yeah. No. Can I ask you?
It was crazy.
Can I ask
Why
you,
did he even
that
do
happen?
it?
Why did it happen?
I honestly don't know.
He stuck
Did he
David
say- did
James
he-
up top.
Did he just say we were lumping it to a big man and he could hold on to it?
I don't know.
David James, underrated with his feet.
Apparently, he's a very intellectual man, David James.
He's a very good painter.
Yes, I've heard
Very
that.
good painter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Right, so let's speak about the other main talking points from the team sheet. First one is no Christopher Nkunku. Does it need that much speaking about? I don't want to see him in the number 9.
No.
I don't want to see him in the number 9, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to see him in the number 9
I never
either.
want to see him play up
in the
top for
in the
anyone,
number 9.
for any team.
Fair enough. Does he? Is? Do you know there's a case, right? There's a case to let him play in the 10 and put Cole Palmer out on the right-hand side. I think that's the strongest case.
I'd rather that happens than Sancho goes on the right, personally.
Yeah. Which is fair enough. Or potentially there's also a case to put vice versa, to put Nkunku on the right and
Cole Palmer
Palmer
is the 10
in
and rotate.
the 10.
Yeah.
The reason I am having Sancho there is because even though he would be on his less preferred wing, I just don't rate what I've seen of Nkunku.
I just think when the going gets tough, which it certainly is at the moment, I think both those players that you named, Sancho and Nkunku, are not necessarily the players that you turn to.
No, but I do think they'll fight. I do think that Sancho will fight a little bit more than Nkunku.
Yeah, I think fair point. But
do you think
also,
do you think that Sancho wants to be
he's
it?
so underwhelming. I think Sancho does.
Yeah,
Sancho wants to play
Nkunku
football.
does.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Why did we get rid of Felix over Nkunku?
Oh no,
That was the most mental one ever.
Tyreek George, there should, in my opinion, be no
wouldn't argue
controversy
this.
over me going.
How
sticking him in
crazy
the
is that
team.
we've got to this point now where we were talking about 4 really good wingers at the start of the season, probably our most stacked area, and yet now we're saying that Tyreek George is probably the preeminent option to be playing there.
Well, I mean, we've let go of players. We've had players suspended and whatnot in Mikhail and Mudryk, and
we've got Neto up front.
If you look at a lot of wingers that have been really good in the Premier League, right? A lot of them have been, especially I'm talking about like ones that have either like come from the academy or whatever. A lot of them have just come in just through injury crisis and whatnot. Like, you know, Bukayo Saka, I'm sure. I can't actually remember this, by the way, and I'm sure he started off as a left wing back, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't like, you know, ripping it up in training. They thought, we got to get this boy on the pitch. I'm sure he's doing well, but there would have been an injury, and that's why he's come in, right? Probably the same for Rashford. And although we can think about Rashford in whatever way, you know,
probably the same for Rooney.
The Broom Dog, I mean, he wasn't a winger, but
no, but as in like a 16-year-old kid coming in, wouldn't have got his chance otherwise.
Yeah. So either way, Tyreek George, I want him in there. Now, there is a man that I want to speak about.
Oh,
because you just talk about 16-year-old kids.
Yeah.
There's a 17-year-old man that I want to speak about.
Which you've watched for a long time.
Oh, I know him extensively.
Yeah.
Oh, Chimmy.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Mayuka.
Shimmy Mayuka.
Shim Mayuka, yeah.
Shim Mayuka. But I call him Shimmy.
Shimmy, your mates.
Right. Big watcher of the channel.
Yeah.
I followed him on Instagram earlier. I wonder if he's followed me back.
Let's have a look. Let's see it live now.
Should we have a look?
Yeah. Because after that, we'll ask you who's the most famous person you've got on your phone.
I didn't message him or anything. I just followed him. No, he's not following me back.
Oh, that's a shame. But Lenny Pidgley does, so that's all that matters.
Lenny Pidgley commented on one of my posts the other day.
Did he?
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah.
What did he say? What did the Pidge dog say? Did he say, I've been watching the YouTube? I would love to
I
come
can't
on.
remember what he said. But he said something, and I commented back saying legend.
Big
We should
Len.
get him on.
Big Len,
Let us
come
know
on.
in the comments. If you want us to get Lenny Pidgley on a podcast, we'll get him on. Right. Okay, so the main talking point. Let's get into it right now. We're starting Pedro Neto in the number 9, right? The reason we're doing that is because we've spoke about it before and we think that there's a little bit of an experiment to be had there. Now, Pedro Neto has played 25 games in his career as a centre forward with a return of 10 goal involvements. Not unreal numbers, but you could argue that most of those games have probably come for Wolves maybe, and obviously, sort of mid-table-ish and whatnot. Not banging in goals.
I think he needs a big man, little man kind of vibe. I think we need Nemil Heskey next to Neto, and I think he'd be quite good as a striker. I think Neto can absolutely play as a striker, and I've said it over and over again.
Can you give the reasons for those who haven't tuned into previous episodes and whatnot? Yeah. Why do we fancy Pedro Neto as at least being worthy of having a shot?
9.5. I think he is probably one of the best ball strikers we've got left in terms of all the injuries. I think he's a fox in the box style player, and I think he's tenacious enough to create chances himself, which I don't think any of the other players do. I feel like with Nkunku, he needs a really good ball into his feet, and he needs to do something magical to be able to score a goal, like he did against Liverpool. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Whereas I think Pedro Neto can either get the ball over the top, run onto it and get something away, or I think he can get a through ball and again run onto it and get something. He's probably the paciest option that we've got left.
Yeah.
So I would like to see him play there. I think he's got it.
The reason we mentioned old Shimmy, right, is because, by the way, in my opinion, Maresca's never going to go with this team sheet. And if I see Christopher Nkunku starting the number 9, I'm going to be so frustrated.
I'll tell you what I'll do. If we see Christopher Nkunku starting the number 9, I'm going to go on stake, mate, and I'm probably going to put about 3 or 4 grand on Chelsea to lose.
Yeah.
Because that is, when Nkunku starts up front, we will lose. Because we won't score a goal.
Didn't have a shot on target in the last match.
We just will not go anywhere near the goal.
Or did we? Did we have a shot on target in the last match?
Tell me.
Yeah, of course we did.
Who was it?
Enzo Fernandez scored a fucking goal that they ruled out for absolutely no reason.
Goal hole. That doesn't count, though.
But should they have ruled that goal out?
I mean, it doesn't count if it was ruled out.
Pathetic. Absolutely.
Maybe get Enzo up front.
If you get your end away and it only lasts for 10 seconds, do you count it?
I mean, yeah.
Well, there you go. Then the goal counts. We did have a shot on target. But it didn't come from Nkunku, which is important. Now, why did we bring up Shimmy?
Well, because he's a fucking quality player. He's going to be so good.
If it doesn't work out in this game for Pedro Neto in our hypothetical world where he starts at number 9, listen, he's 17 years old. We're hardly fucking
we haven't got any
a
other
plethora of options. Put him in, mate.
Can we
put him
just
in? And by the way, what do I always say about YouTube highlights?
Go on. They're misleading.
They're misleading. No point really watching them, whatever.
You've watched them.
Have a look at the YouTube highlights. Have a look at the YouTube highlights.
They look pretty good.
He's class. What was it? 3 goals and assists in one of his last games. He looks like a little baller.
He came
on. Didn't he come on for us against Astana? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. And looked all right. He was. Do you know what I like about him? He's the pit bull up front. Like he will chase down. He'll almost do a bit of a Mark Yu role, which I respect and rate. We need that. We need someone. Please God, have someone that can actually press.
And as well, not only that, like we're talking about an Nkunku that looks disinterested, right? Like Nkunku's not going to be kept up at night with the thought of playing for Chelsea.
The problem with not playing Nkunku and playing a player like Shim would mean that effectively you've said that you don't rate him and that he's gone. And then that means for the rest of the season you're not going to be able to use him then.
Why?
Because he just won't give a fuck. If he's being dropped for
don't use him then.
Yeah.
Don't use him then.
I think we need to.
I'd get this boy in. I'd get him into the lineup, and I want to see him
on
the bench.
Or bench.
I want to see him on the bench in this game,
yeah.
And I want to see him come on and given some minutes at number 9 because I think he could come in and do something. Yeah. Last off, do you reckon we'll see our winter transfer window signing in this game?
What signing is that?
Matisse Samagu.
What signing? A player that we've brought in that will never play for Chelsea.
Probably. He was on the bench against Brighton. He never came on. 15 million. People are calling him the new Kante on YouTube.
Are they? Is that what the highlights are saying?
That's the word on the street.
Honestly, talk about pointless signings. Like we literally didn't need that signing at all. It doesn't make a difference. Like he's not going to win us a game, is he?
No,
he's a DM.
No, he couldn't win a fucking raffle.
Can we just say if it's not Shim and Neto for some reason is shy up front, who's the next option? Like, are we getting to the point now where we are going to just have to whack Tosin up there?
Why do people always say Tosin?
Because he scores bangers from outside the box. I think it's a very weak reason.
I don't think he's a better striker of the ball than John Terry.
I'm not even bantering now. We are getting to the position where we're going to have to think of alternative options. Who is going to play up front?
Reece?
Do you know what? That's not a bad shout.
You know,
That's
Reece
not a
is,
bad
you know,
shout.
you know, Reece is the sort of player where I do kind of feel he could play anywhere.
I was literally about to say the same thing. There is not a position on the pitch that I couldn't see Reece destroy.
Like, if you went to Reece, mate, like, I know it's a bit out of your comfort zone, but could you play left wing in this match?
He'd
You go,
do it.
yeah.
Yeah, and he'd do it pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Reece is the best. I know he's injury prone and whatnot, but he's the best all round baller at the club. Like, stick him anywhere on the pitch, and I think he'd do all right.
Yeah.
And is Reece a better finisher when he goes through on goal than Nicholas Jackson?
Arguably, yeah. Probably not even arguably. I'd like to see the conversion stat numbers.
Mate,
that's so true.
Let me just
fucking hell. Actually, I've had like an epiphany.
Let me just tell you. Yeah. Right. Juventus,
Yeah.
Arsenal,
Yeah.
Ajax, Brighton,
Yeah.
Aston Villa. By the way, that was 2 in that game. Newcastle away. By the way, that was 2 in that game. Yeah. I'm just listing Reece goals, but I'm on about like when he goes through on goal. Like, mate, Reece is fucking clinical, mate.
Let's
so
do
really,
it. And strong.
Really,
he could hold up the ball really well.
Yeah, and you could. I know Gusto's injured at the minute, but you could stick Trevor Chalobah right back.
Yeah. Oh my god, that might actually be the solution. We've just found something there because then Tosi could go at the centre back position. You could play them. The defence would be better. The attack would be better.
Do you think the crowd would buzz off that? If the thingy like reads out, you start say you haven't checked, you've not had a look on the apps and whatnot. You've not looked at the lineups on Stakemate and everything, and you're just in the thing and you're waiting. Chelsea, your players, and they read it out and they don't read Reece's name out, and you're thinking, what the fuck's happened? And then you went and starting up top, Reece.
I would love it.
I think the crowd would go absolutely fucking wild for that.
Captain Reece up top. Mate, we've found something there. I think that's the way to go.
Think I should DM Maresca just on the
I think he watches it.
Yeah. Oh, he will be watching. Yeah, big subscriber of the channel. Right, let's get a score prediction, mate. I'm going to go first.
Okay. Go on.
I think.
You think or you know?
I think that we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it.
How many times have we heard this?
Yeah, but I'm just a very optimistic person.
Do you know what? I love it because I come in here and I feel better about Chelsea.
I got a lot of criticism for, even though I came to a conclusion of saying like that I am not in favour of how the ownership are operating at this moment in time. I got a lot of criticism for just giving a few other side of the coin takes. Yeah, so just saying like, look, there are some good things that have happened. There are way more bad things. There are some good things and whatnot. And I think that came from a standpoint of like, you know what I'm like. Like I do see things half full rather than half empty in life, don't I? Right?
Yeah,
I do try and be optimistic about stuff. So I was trying to be positive, but I got a lot of negative feedback. We're going to speak about that in the next video. But I can't help but have an optimistic feeling about me. Like I always feel like clean slate. Let's go again. So yeah, I'm gonna go a 2-1 Chelsea win. What you saying?
I'm going to go for a 2-1 Chelsea loss.
Fuck! Yeah. Why?
Because we're just not going to win it. Like, to be fair, actually, I'm going to revise my thinking. I think it'll be a 2-0 Chelsea loss because I don't think we'll score.
Josh, you're a disgrace.
I'm sorry to say it, mate, but these are tough.
Nah, you're keeping it real.
These are tough old times at the moment. I just don't know. With that team sheet as well, which won't even... The team sheet will be in Kunku up front. And Tyree George won't be there. And Sancho will play. Neto will be on the other wing. I just don't see where we're going to score a goal. Sorry.
It doesn't sound great to me.
Well,
but listen,
there's not much
people,
gonna change.
Don't worry, because Mystic Joey, he's usually right. He's usually right. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Obviously, check out the video tomorrow where we're going to speak about the whole trust the protest situation and give our takes and our feelings on it. Obviously, the game itself, you guys who follow me on social media and whatnot may or may not know, but me and Josh will be in the studio doing a live stream for the pain game for the Bivol against Beterbiev rematch. Daniel Dubois defending his IBF heavyweight world title against Joseph Parker, which means that I will not be able to get out an immediate reaction after the game. But we're getting in the studio the next day, so we will upload a full match review, the day after the game, so you can watch it on your Sunday when you're hungover from hopefully not drowning your sorrows. People,
celebrating.
I will see you all in the next one.